thank you guys. Thank you. You are much, much too kind. This is Michael Buckheiser, and this is Just for Clicks in conjunction with RTF Sports Talk here. We are doing kind of a micro podcast at the same time here. RTF is kind of on a little bit of break. Billy Hatton is moving to Wisconsin. Matthew Lyle is in a transition like has himself. So I am Michael Buckheiser. I am flying solo. I am the king of the trolls, king of the puns, and the king of the sound effects. Oh, you guys hear that, don't you? Yeah. Well, guys, like we have been gone for a week or so, and it's because I had the flu. I had no voice. I could barely get out of bed. And as they say, a sickness hits a man a lot harder than a woman. And I don't know why, but that is just the truth. I was dead in bed for almost a week. I got up enough to take a piss, and that's about it. But if you guys have been living under a rock, you guys know what's happening in the sports world. Robert Kraft has been charged with solicitation of prostitution. Lakers still suck, and just Manny Machado signed a $300 million deal. But that's exactly where I want to start today, is with the Robert Kraft thing. Robert Kraft has been officially charged with solicitation of prostitution. This has been reported by multiple news outlets. Basically, a timeline of events of what happened is on January 19th and 20th, he was videotaped at a spa getting a happy ending massage, which he paid for cash for, down in Jupiter, Florida. And then on the very next day, they went to Arrowhead and they beat my beloved Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. He is due to appear in court on April 24th for his court date. And like when I say he is scheduled to appear, he does not have to come, but a lawyer has to be present for him in his name. There will also be a low-level warrant issued for his arrest, similar to a traffic ticket. So, basically, he just got to say, hey, I'm here. They do whatever they got to do, book him, charge him, that kind of thing. He's out in an hour. NFL has come out and said that they will handle this like they do like anything else, meaning it's a double standard. So it doesn't matter who they talk to. In the end, I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to fine him? Are they going to suspend him for a few games? I don't know how you can really suspend an owner from a team, because he doesn't really have that much effect unless you're Jerry Jones. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. All this is kind of going to get swept underneath the rug, I think, because money talks in the end. Let's just be honest, guys. So, hot topic of the day, Robert Kraft has officially been in charge with solicitation of prostitution. So moving on here, so probably the top story of the night is James Harden streak finally ended. And the streak that I'm referring to is a 30-plus points per game streak. It ended at 32 games, second longest streak, just behind Wilt Chamberlain's like 80-some games or something to that effect. He did not play the previous game because he had flu-like symptoms and a sore back. So this is his first games. Back this week, and he didn't do very good. He was 0 for 10 from 3-point range. He kind of struggled all game, and you can maybe tell he just wasn't quite feeling right, or he just wanted the streak to end, because there is a lot of pressure on players to keep these streaks alive, and quite frankly, I wouldn't blame him one bit if he wanted to end this streak, just to get the media off his back, get the pressure off, and to start playing ball again. The reason why I say this is because he had 28 points going in the fourth quarter. Yes, the game was over, but there was about 12 seconds left in the game. He had the ball in his hands, and he decided to hold the ball to end the game. So that's why I'm saying he wanted the streak to end, just to get the pressure off of him. And quite frankly, I have no disrespect for him. It was a very, very good streak, second longest streak ever. Just to put something in perspective here, let's do some quick math. We'll do 30 times 30 here. So I mean, he had almost 1,000 points, probably over 1,000 points, like in this streak. So I mean, 32 games with 32 plus points, very, very admirable. I guess not admirable, but very, very great streak that he had there. And it's kind of sad to end because we're not going to talk about the Rockets for the rest of the season because they're just not a very good basketball team. Even if they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to get knocked out in the first round because they're not as good as they were last year. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they can do something. But the streak's over for James Harden. Now we got to talk about the Lakers for the rest of the year. All right, guys, so moving on here, speaking of the playoffs, LeBron James has not missed a playoff series since, I believe, 2003, which was his second year in the league. But as of right now, the Lakers are sitting at 11th seed. A couple days ago, last week, I believe it was, last Friday, LeBron James said he was going into Agent 23 mode or playoff LeBron James mode. Well, since he's done that, they've won one game and they lost two straight road games to the Pelicans without Anthony Davis, and they lost last night to the Grizzlies. A very, very ugly loss. The stats, so the score is only going to show 5 points, but they basically the Grizzlies gave them up some easy buckets at the end of the game to make it a little bit more respectable. LeBron James went 3 for 13 shooting with 3 big second half turnovers. So, like I referred here, the Lakers are sitting in 11th place right now with the 4th hardest remaining schedule. So take that into account. The question of the day is, are the Lakers going to make the playoffs? I don't know. I want to say LeBron James can carry this team into a playoff spot, into an 8th seed, play the Golden State Warriors in the first round and get swept. But what's the point of it? Why not kind of tank for the rest of the season and, get a higher draft pick, maybe get a Zion, maybe get a RJ Barrett there, PJ Washington, somebody there to help them. So is LeBron James and the Lakers going to make the playoffs? No, they're not. Just for clicks, Michael Buckheischer says, no, they're not going to make the playoffs. And if you guys remember, if you rewind tapes about a month or so ago, I said the Lakers were going to make a deep playoff run. They were going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals there as a 4 or a 5 seed. This was back before LeBron James got hurt and they lost like 12 straight games. So I was wrong, and I'm recanting my statement and saying that they're not going to even want to make the playoffs now. As bad as that is to say, that's just the way it is. That's the way the NBA is. Especially if they lose 2 more games, like on this little road game, or like on this road streak that they have, it's time to hang them up. It's time to clock in the season. It's done. It's over. End of the season for LeBron James and the Lakers.